Now we want to look in the BeGeographer folder here for the Esri shortcut. Now if you've managed to close this BeGeographer folder, we can get that back again by going to the dock, finding BeGeographer, this bush here, clicking on that once, and click Open in Finder once. And now we want to double click on the ESRI icon here. There we go. It's a little bit tricky. Got to get right on the letters, or click on the world probably. What that's going to do is open up a new tab in your Help Movie window. So look on your left monitor. In fact, it'll be covering your Help Movies right now. Here's your Help Movies underneath, and here's our new tab. Now I'm going to pretend that I have two monitors here. So this red line represents the boundary between the two monitors because I can't show you two monitors in this Help Movie. However, we need to get this tab over onto the right monitor. So click on the tab, drag it until it separates and it comes over onto the right monitor, and just line up the left top corner with the left top corner of your right monitor, and then you can let go. And now we've got our two windows on two different monitors. You are always going to keep your Help Movie window open on the left hand side. You won't need to close it or hide it or do anything like that. Although I'm going to do that right now just because I want to go back to a full monitor to show the rest of this. So you don't hide it, but I'm going to hide that. And if I pretend this is my full monitor again, this is where I want to line it up. Then drag the right hand side here, click when you see the two arrows, and drag that right over to the dock here, so that we have as much space as possible to work on our map. Now we need to sign in, so click the sign in link up here. And your username, we have given you that, your class username and password. So make sure you put those in. I'm going to put in our account. And either press return on the keyboard or click the sign in button. Now because I'm a different kind of account than you guys, I start off in my organization, but I believe you guys are going to start in the home section here. That'll look more like this. However, we want to actually start on the map section. So click on map up at the top. And you'll get this basic map of Canada. Or North America, I should say. Our first step is to add in our survey data. So go to this add button up here, click on that, and then click on add layer from file. We need to choose the file, so click the choose file button. You might be in the documents folder for the student account, but we want to actually get to the Geographer shortcut here. So under favorites, you will see this Geographer shortcut. And here we have all the files from the class. And we're going to start off by bringing in your group file. So you'll see that there's a group with no A or B, and then an A and a B. Start off with just the group 1. So whether you're group 1 or group 2 or group 3, whatever group you are, you're going to select the appropriate one. We're going to pretend we're group 1. Click the open button and then click import layer. We're going to get one more window here about matching the addresses, and we just need to click add layer because it's picked our address field automatically. So click add layer. And there we go. So this actually is the total score out of 50, so that's why we see some bigger numbers here. Those got added together when you made your submission earlier. Now we're going to click this options button here for counts and amounts, because we need to make it a little bit better. This is kind of a wonky system that they have here by default. We also want to classify the data. We want to use equal intervals, and to get the right number of increments here, we have to take whatever your highest score is, which we can see is 36 up here, and divide that by 10, and we get 3 plus 1 equals 4. So 4 should be correct, so that we have a split at 10, a split at 20, and a split at 30. Now we might get lucky by, if we choose under round classes here, choose this 10 option. There we go. And it's done some nice things for us. It set the low number to 0, which we want, and we have 10, 20, 30, and the top number at 40, because that's really what the range is going to be. Now you can keep this symbol if you like, but we can change that. So if you click on the symbol itself, we can change it. I'm going to ask that you stick to simple shapes. There are a number of different things that you can look under, but as long as you pick a shape that has at least 2 colors of the same thing. So here's got a bunch of colors, like if you were going to pick, well, arrows aren't very good. I really don't think a lot of these things that look like graphics are going to be very helpful, although we can change the color. As long as these things aren't grayed out here, we can change the color of them. But again, I'm just gonna stick to the basic shapes. Now for my overall score out of 50, I'm gonna pick a red color, and you could pick circles. I'm gonna pick a square, and then click OK. Now it went and changed my minimum and maximum size on me. So sadly, I'll have to go back and change those. Thank you, Esri, for doing that. I think we're going to click OK at this point. You can also zoom in one more time and just make sure the map is centered, and that way we can see everything nice and clearly, especially with all the addresses and how big the yards are. We can click the Done button down at the bottom here, and we now have our Group 1 layer, which we're going to very quickly rename. So these 3 dots at the end here give us some more options. We want to go to Rename, and let's call this Score out of 50, just so that it's nice and obvious.